Alright, so hey, I'm Nico Yossi. I'm back with some more Orre Colosseum content. If you don't know the format, it's basically Gen 3 VGC, except we play at level 100. And I'm really excited to bring you a lot of content on this format. It's an amazing format, it's a lot of fun. And as you may or may not know, we just had a huge tournament yesterday. Like, we had 64 participants and there was prize money involved. And you could even win an emerald cartridge if you won the tournament. And yeah, so that was Orre Cup 10 or OCX. And I brought my sand team and I won the whole thing. So yeah, this is my team report for sand. People have been asking for it, and it's funny because I actually did do a team report on stream before, like 1.5 months ago, but I never like released it as a video. So yeah, I guess nobody really noticed that. So yeah, now it's finally time to do the proper team report and share this team with everybody. Now that I have won a big tournament with it, I'm happy to reveal and share all my secrets. So let's get right into it. So first, a little bit of introduction on why this team, what's the idea behind this team. So the way this started out was that ever since I started thinking about playing a format like Gen 3 VGC, I wanted to try out a sand build. My idea at first was some quirky stuff like Sand Veil Cacturn that sets up Substitute and then just throws out focus punches because it never gets hit. Of course, that did not end up, that did not work out so well in practice. Yeah, like at first I thought, okay, no, sand actually sucks. This is horrible. There's no point in trying a sand team if you don't have like Excadrill or whatever to take advantage of the sand. Because yeah, all the Sand Veil mons, they suck. Like it's Cacturn, Gligar and Dugtrio and Sandslash. And the only one that's usable is Dugtrio, but if you want to use it, you should not go for Sand Veil, you should go for Arena Trap. But anyways, that's besides the point. Like Tyranitar, of course, is a good mon and you can find use, and so that was kind of my mission, like, because people were like talking about how bad Tyranitar is because it just does not work as a Dragon Dancer, not as well as in like singles, or not as well as many people had hoped. It definitely was not meta defining in any way. And so most people just didn't use it. And one of the big problems with Tyranitar, also when I ran it at first as a Dragon Dancer, was that it would fold to a Meteor Mash, it would drop to EQs, it would just not take hits, like a Hydro Pump would take it out. It had no staying power on the field. So that was a huge problem. Because of course Earthquake is everywhere in this format, so if you cannot take an Earthquake, then you really got a problem. So how I ended up getting inspired to do this team in particular was that I was at EUIC in London last April with my friends from the server, and I told them that, like, because yeah, Tyranitar was still super niche in Gen 3 VGC, and I told them that, like, an idea that I had was I want to try to use the sand chip as a way of passively lowering the health of the opponent and then taking them out with one big hit. So the inspiration I got was from Gen 9 VGC. There was a lot of Glimora teams, for example, and their strategy was usually to bring out Glimora as a lead, and Glimora would always, pretty much always manage to like set up toxic spikes or just poison the opponent with mortal spin. And yeah, I think like somewhere before that, Glimora, like pretty much all of them started running mortal spin just to get off the toxic turn 1 and just let the health decline over time, and then let a big attacker like Dondozo come in and just sweep the opponent by which the opponent's mons that have been like weakened by the toxic, and then take them out with one big hit. So I thought, why not try to do that with Sand in Gen 3? And of course, 1/16 every turn is not a lot of damage. That's like 6%. But we have Protect on pretty much every mon, and it's the same here. Yeah, Protect is like arguably the most important move on this team. And double Protect is busted in Gen 3 because you have like a 50% chance of it happening. So yeah, the idea was just, what if I just try the same thing that Glimora does, but I do it with Tyranitar, and yeah, let's see. Maybe Sand Chip can be enough for that. And so basically the starting point, the basic idea of the team was bring out Tyranitar and other sand immune mons, notably Swampert and Metagross, of course. You know, let the sand gradually wear down the opponent, and then bring in your own big hitters, like fast, strong mons, and finish them off in one hit. And one of these big hitters in my mind that I thought of immediately was Tauros, because Tauros is very important in this meta because it can like take out Latios in one hit a lot of the time. But because its double edge is so threatening, a lot of mons will try to will have enough bulk to be able to survive a double edge. So I thought, you know, I can just get some Sand Chip off, and then double edge will pick up the KO anyways, no matter what the initial calc was for that, right? Yeah. And then the second inspiration I got from VGC was Gyarados. So because, yeah, the question was, how do you make Tyranitar work? Because of course, only setting up the sand is not going to be enough. And I was not a fan of Dragon Dance, as I said, and yeah, I wanted it to have staying power. I wanted it to just stay on the field and protect over and over and just wear down the opponent. And I saw Gyarados in VGC, and it went for Paraflinch strats. So Gyarados would T-Wave the opponent, paralyze them, and then hit them with waterfalls over and over just to keep them from moving. And as it turns out, Waterfall actually only has a 20% chance to flinch the opponent. However, Rock Slide has a 30% chance, and if you factor in the accuracy of 90%, that's still a 27% chance to flinch the opponent if you go first. So couple that with the 25% chance to not move because you're fully paralyzed. And both of those together give you a pretty good chance of just stopping the opponent from doing anything every turn. So yeah, this is what I went with. So let's talk about the team. Let's really get into it now. First of all, yeah, Tyranitar, the face of the team, the face of Sand, obviously, and really one of the most underrated mons initially in this format. So Tyranitar is, um, like if you think about it, it's a pseudo-legendary. It has a base stat total of 600. And everybody, of course, thinks of the huge attack stat that it has, but that's not all. It also has 100 base HP, 110 base defense, and 100 base special defense. So if you put a lot of EVs into bulk, you're gonna live a lot of hits. So what I thought is, most importantly, I need to live physical hits. I need to live a Meteor Mash. I need to live Earthquakes. So what I did was I went for a relaxed nature, went almost max HP. I went with the optimal HP stat for leftovers recovery. So it's a stat of 400, which is divisible by 16. And then I went with a relaxed nature, and at first I tried just max defense, and then I figured, okay, all I need to live is like, I don't need max defense, but somewhere close to it. And I just wanted to be able to live 2 Tauros Earthquakes with leftovers recovery. So yeah, that's what I did. Almost max HP, max defense. And then a little bit of special defense, just because that helped with some like Zapdos, T-Bolt, not 2-hit KOing, calcs, I guess, and probably with Hydro Pumps. But yeah, anyways, and then finally I put 36 special attack EVs into this monster, because it runs Crunch. So Crunch is the main offensive option on Tyranitar, and it is such a good move in this format, because it hits the Latios for big damage, it hits Gengar and Starmie for big damage, and it does sizable damage into Metagross. It's gonna do like around 30% to any Metagross. So yeah, and yeah, so it's Protect, Crunch, and then Rock Slide and T-Wave. So as I said, I'm trying to go for Paraflinches, and what this also helps with is that the idea, as I said, the idea is just to wear down the opponent, just get off as many protects as possible. So basically, if your opponent does not have sand immune mons, you can just protect like with both mons on one turn, then the next turn you paralyze them, then you protect again, and then when they're paralyzed, you start going for Paraflinch on them. Just keep them from moving in between the turns that you protect. And people have been shitting on Rock Slide, and yes, it sucks in Gen 3 because it's only 50% damage when it's spread damage on both opponents. However, the point of Rock Slide here is not to pick up KOs, it's just to add to the sand chip with even bigger like chip damage that just accumulates over time and just keeps the opponent from moving, from doing anything. And also Rock Slide is still, even if it's reduced in damage, it's still really nice into Zapdos, for example. It's gonna break any Zapdos substitute and just does quite a lot of damage into it. Yeah. So yeah, that's Tyranitar. Oh no, the music. Okay, let's go for it again. Okay, so yeah, that's Tyranitar, and just to add again to the fact why I think sand is so good, like the thing that sand does for your team is it eliminates so many like variables. For example, you don't have to worry about Shedinja, you don't have to worry about endure strats. So for example, yesterday in the tournament I battled Grandma's Cooking, and they were running an endure Gengar, so I thought, okay, like this Gengar will not be a problem because it cannot protect, like it can endure, but you know, then it just dies to sand. So yeah, and also sand helps against weather teams. Now sun is a bit more on the niche side, it's kind of risky to use, but rain is of course very strong, very scary to go up against. And even though Tyranitar is weak to water and you don't like facing teams with several water types, it still has overall a neutral matchup into rain because it stops the rain by just switching in, right? So yeah, sand just overall a really nice tool to have, and just like in singles, also in doubles, Tyranitar inherently has a lot of viability thanks to the sand, in my opinion, even if the impact is not as big as in singles. So yeah, so if you go for a sand team, of course, you try to stack those sand immune mons to just protect, and just stack up the chip damage on your opponent. So these are the two obvious choices for sand immune mons in this format. And yeah, so it's, first of all, it's Swampert, and people have been calling this core SwampTar for Swampert and T-Tar. And I always just thought of it as a sand team, but I see why people call it that. And yeah, Swampert, the awkward thing about Swampert is that it is a mon that also wants leftovers. Leftovers really helps Swampert become so much better. But on this team, lefties is taken on Tyranitar, where it's really important for Tyranitar to have leftovers because it can just enable Tyranitar endgame win cons, where Tyranitar just heals up and damages the opponent passively and just heals out of range for them to KO and all that. So yeah, also one thing I forgot to add about why Tyranitar is so good is that obviously any mon that is any mon that resists boom in this format already has something going for it. And Tyranitar can be so bulky that some explosions, they don't do anything. They do like 20% or something, like you don't even have to worry about it, you know? So if you have Tyranitar and Metagross, your team has a really strong core against all the explosions flying around in this format. Yeah, so back to Swampert. I really wanted to have like a second leftovers, basically. Before I was running White Herb at the last Orre Cup. But in the end, White Herb didn't seem that useful. Intimidate is not such a big concern for Swampert because it can still hit hard with Hydro Pump. And so one item that I've been meaning to like make work, because I know that this item can work and can put in a lot of work, is Shell Bell. So Shell Bell is a really nice leftovers alternative on a bulky mon that hits hard, such as Swampert. Can also work on Metagross, for example. But yeah, unfortunately Shell Bell is bugged on Showdown, and like it will not recover all the HP that you would normally get if you hit several opponents. It will only recover from one opponent. So it could be that like you take out 2 opponents and then also hit your ally for like 10%, and then even though you dealt like a quadrillion amount of damage to the opponent, you only get like 1% of recovery, which makes no sense, but because like you only get the recovery from hitting your ally. But anyways, even though it's bugged, it still works really well. And yeah, it's just when the bug is finally fixed, it will be so much better. Like Shell Bell will be so legit on Swampert, I'm telling you. So yeah, but overall it's a pretty standard Swampert set. We just got Protect again to stall, get Sand Chip, Hydro Pump, which is important to hit other sand immune mons, such as Marowak, and Regirock, I guess. and it has Icy Wind. Icy Wind just to enable the hard-hitting attackers in the back that will come in when the opponent has already been chipped down. So ideally you get Sand Chip on the opponent, you wear them down, you Icy Wind them, and then your Mon comes in and finishes the opponent. And yeah, it's a brave Swampert because I really want the damage on Metagross with Earthquake. I really needed to be able to to deal such huge chunks to Metagross where, like, for example, a Latios can come in and clean it up with a Thunderbolt, which is not, I don't think it's guaranteed on like bulky Metagross, because I'm running timid Latios, but it's like you've got a pretty good chance of taking them out. Like Earthquake is gonna deal a lot of damage because of this brave nature and 136 attack EVs. A big part of this team, a big part of how to pilot this team is to make sure you deal with Metagross, because Metagross is one of the big threats into Tyranitar. Then we got 160 special attack EVs just to be able to take out max HP Marowak. And then we got 12 speed EVs. This is to outspeed other Swamperts, and also you outspeed your own Tyranitar by 1 stat point, which means you can Hydro Pump the opponent, or hell, if you can live it, even Earthquake and take them out. And then because of Gen 3's immediate switch-in mechanics, after you take out the opponent with Swampert, you can T-Wave them with Tyranitar on the same turn as they come in. So this is why I made Swampert faster than T-Tar. However, you can technically do it the other way around. You can also try to take out an opponent with T-Tar's Crunch, for example, and then Icy Wind them on the switch-in. But I think that's less viable. I think overall it's much better to get off a T-Wave on the opponent that switches in than an Icy Wind, because for Icy Wind they can just switch it out again. And also Hydro Pump is more likely to pick up KOs than Crunch. Yeah. Okay, the second sand immune partner of Tyranitar is going to be Metagross. And this was just really like, I didn't really think about it too much. It's Metagross. It always works. It's always going to put in work in every battle in this format. Just because you have the explosion, you have the meteor mash, they all deal massive damage. And yeah, obviously I wanted, especially on this team, just to have another bulky mon that is sand immune. Originally I was not sure how to run Metagross. Like, even though I was sure that I wanted on the team, I never felt like it was really like putting in the work that I needed it to do. I never felt like I could rely on it. So like I ran it like bulky, but then I was thinking maybe I should run it fast, jolly, max speed, just to like make the one-on-one versus other Metagross at worst like a 50-50 of will I be able to damage like over half of damage to the other Metagross. So that was initially my thought. Maybe I should go jolly max speed, just, you know, to help with the Metagross mirror. Because one thing this team really struggles with is swagger onto Metagross, those kinds of strats. And if I am jolly max speed and the swagger Metagross, which probably is also jolly max speed, if I speed tie them, at least I have the chance of moving before them, before they can take me out with the +2 Earthquake. But I got to thinking, and I didn't feel comfortable running a jolly max speed Metagross. I don't like these Metagross that have no bulk at all. It's not how I like to run my Metagross. I like them bulky. I like them with a lot of survivability. I want them to stick around, and it just makes sense for this team. It should be another big, huge chunk that just sits there and protects and then chips you down, or like, yeah, just does damage with Meteor Mash, making sure you will die to the sand faster. And so what I did was I thought maybe I can make it bulky enough where it's not really threatened by a +2 Earthquake from Jolly Metagross. And what I ended up doing was that I gave it 248 HP and 84 defense EVs. And what this does is that it turns the +2 Earthquake from Jolly Metagross into a 50% chance to one-hit KO. And it made sense. Should I go for the 50-50 speed tie with a build that I don't like, that is just too frail for this team that wants to stick around for as long as possible? Or do I go for the 50-50 of, are they able to pick up the Oko? And if they don't pick up the Oko, I can just explode in return, take out their Latias, deal like half or over half to their Metagross, and then let my other Mon just come in and pick up the KO. So yeah, that's what I did. I went for this other 50-50, which I'm much more comfortable with, and which allows Metagross to just be a much more reliable Mon. And also there's 68 special defense EVs, which just allows it to not be 2-hit KO'd by timid Zapdos Thunderbolt, and also against modest Zapdos you've got a decent chance of not getting 2-hit KO'd, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Finally, then there's 12 speed EVs. I just wanted to make sure that I'm gonna outspeed other bulky Metagross that only have maybe 4 or 8 speed EVs. Just wanted to make sure I can still move before those. And finally, 96 attack EVs with the Adamant Nature that gets that extra stat point at 96 EVs. And the thing that's nice about Metagross is how easily it can take out opponents. Like a Gengar, for example, will just drop to a normal Meteor Mash. It doesn't have to be Choice Band, it's just a normal Meteor Mash will drop the Gengar. And at 96 attack EVs with Adamant Nature, it may not do that. But if you factor in the sand, then it's basically the same thing, you know? So I was thinking, yeah, because I have the sand, I don't need to be like max attack Metagross, because in the end, the damage will add up, you know? So, yeah, that's what I did. And I tried to like check like what is the equivalent of like the sand chip in terms of the attack EVs on Metagross. And what I found was that if your Metagross is like, I don't know, 120 attack EVs, I guess, and Adamant, then a Meteor Mash plus Sand Chip will do as much damage as a max attack Metagross Meteor Mash. So yeah, I went like close to that also. So yeah, I'm really comfortable with this Metagross set. Like Metagross kind of felt a bit awkward. I didn't really know how to use it, but I'm really happy with how I ran it. This really bulky spread really came into use, and it's so reliable. It's just really good. Just being able to get off one explosion can always change the turn of the game. Man, have I already been talking for half an hour? Jeez. Alright, let's get on. Okay, 3 months left. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit quicker. Alright, so as I talked about a lot, the point of the team is to wear down the opponent with Sand Chip and then bring in the big attackers to finish them off in one hit. And as I said, the first one that comes to mind is Tauros, because it will often miss out on the Oko because of bulk investment or just Double Edge just not quite getting there with being enough damage. But anyways, yeah, so Tauros was what I definitely wanted to run on this team. And so yeah, it's the same Tauros as always. The only thing that really changes is, first of all, where do you put the 4 EVs that are left over, and then which fourth move do you run? And these are very easy questions on this team, because like you put it into HP, because after Sand Chip, having that one extra stat point in HP means that might make or break the game when like you have just this 1 HP to survive the Sand Chip, right? So yeah, obviously I'm gonna put 4 into HP, and then as the fourth move I'm running Return, because people have always said that Tauros needs to run Double Edge to do enough damage. Like Return just doesn't do enough damage. It really shows that it only has 100 base attack if it only runs Return. Like it will just show that it's not enough. And it's true that Double Edge is mandatory, but on this Sand team, Return actually works. Like if you can really stall out the game and just get more and more Sand Chip, at some point you don't need the Double Edge. You come in and you return everything, and that's it. And Tauros doesn't take recoil, and it's gonna live the attack, because with no recoil it can survive the turn even though the opponent hits it with like a Psychic or something. And yeah, it makes Tauros even better. It makes it even more reliable. But then what's really important about Tauros, and what I really realized also in the finals of OCX, was that just how important Intimidate can also be. Because Marowak is in fact an issue for this team, but Tauros just comes in, intimidates, and then T-Tar can easily live the EQ from Marowak. So yeah, using this Tauros for Intimidate spam can also be huge support for the team, which tries to be as bulky as possible and live as long as possible. So Intimidate helps a lot. Then, our 2 special attackers. First of all, Zapdos. So, the team has a Metagross weakness, and this is something that makes it a bit hard to pilot. You really need to make sure you deal with the Metagross. And this is where Zapdos comes in. Zapdos is the most reliable Metagross check in the format. And what Zapdos is also is that it is a very hard hitter. Zapdos' Thunderbolt, I'm pretty sure, is like the strongest special attack in the format that does not have any downside. Like for example, not perfect accuracy or dropping the special attack like Overheat. So just when you just consider like 100% accurate special attacks, Thunderbolt takes the cake above them all. It hits Metagross really hard, and it just hits everything that doesn't resist it will do so much damage. And especially paired with the Sand, it can take out a Tauros after 2 turns of Sand Chip with the Magnet Thunderbolt. So yeah, Magnet is on the Zapdos because it's all about this one big hit. It's all about that. As long as you get off one big hit, a lot of the time you win the game. So this is why I run Magnet Thunderbolt, just to have the strongest possible single hit. Then Drill Peck is a move that's the last move I added to this team. I just added it right before the tournament. I was a little bit worried about Heracross because it became more prominent in the format to deal with Latios in particular. And of course it threatens Tyranitar. So yeah, I was just like, let's just run Drill Peck. Even with a modest nature, you just you get almost a guaranteed OHKO, and with the Sand, it's always going to be a guaranteed OHKO. And then finally, Hidden Power Grass is crucial on this team, because while Swampert is nice to have on the Sand team, it's also a pain to face with your Sand team. because you cannot wear it down with the sand. So Hidden Power Grass makes sure that Swampert never feels comfortable into this team. And yeah, it's just an easy way to deal with it. Just make sure you get a little bit of chip on the Swampert, because just the Hidden Power Grass only has like a 25% chance to OHKO a max HP Swampert. And if you're playing someone smart, then they made sure that the Swampert will never get OHKO'd by HP Grass. So make sure you get some chip on it before you try to OHKO. And yeah, finally, Latios is kind of like, it was the most malleable Mon. It was the least like clear. Well, actually, Metagross also wasn't very clear for me what I want to do with it. But Latios, initially what I did was, yeah, so let me just say, Zapdos is modest with max special attack. It has an HP stat of 351, which means it takes minimal sand chip. And it has a speed stat of 270, which means it will always outrun a max speed adamant Heracross, for example. And of course outrun any Metagross, which is the more important part. And yeah, finally Latios, it is almost just like the standard Latios. It's timid, max speed, and then we have 248 special attack EVs and 8 HP EVs, just to also get minimal sand chip, you know, relatively to the total HP stat. And it has a Cherry Berry, because yeah, you hate paralysis, and Cherry Berry is so good for dealing with paralysis. So initially I was running modest Latios. The idea was that I want 2 big special attackers, big hitters. I wanted the 2 strongest special attacks in the format, Magnet Thunderbolt and Twisted Spoon Psychic off of modest Latios. And that's what I ran before for a long time. And in the end, it didn't seem worth it to not at least have a 50% chance to win those speed ties against other Latios or Tauros or Gengar. And especially if you run Psychic, you do want to be able to speed tie the Gengar, even if Gengar is not a big problem for this team, because you don't really care that much about Boom. But yeah, basically the idea was that initially the idea was modest Twisted Spoon Latios. Modest Twisted Spoon Latios never ever has to worry about like not picking up the KO on any fighting type, especially with the sand chip on top. But in the end, that really wasn't necessary, because you can always get some leeway. You always get a little bit more sand chip if you need to. There's stuff you can make happen with like double protects, for example. So it was much more important in the end. I realized that recently it's much more important to just be timid max speed and just take part in these speed ties that sometimes are battle defining. And yeah, the coverage is Psychic for fighting types that threaten Tyranitar, and Thunderbolt. Those were the 2 that I initially had. Thunderbolt then for Starmie, which is a huge problem for this team, which, you know, 1 Thunderbolt is enough with the sand chip to take out the Starmie. And then finally, before I had Ice Beam, but actually I didn't really need Ice Beam because Zapdos is not a problem for T-Tar. And what I did have kind of a problem with was Kingdra. So yeah, Dragon Claw just made sure I have a strong attack into Kingdra, and as long as I get a few turns of sand chip, then the Kingdra will also go down to a timid Dragon Claw. So yeah, that's the team. I will share the sample team. I'll share this paste in our Discord server, so make sure you join the Discord and if you want to use it. And yeah, I will go on ladder and try to get some battles with this team, just to show you again how it works and all that. Yeah, Dark Jolt. So if you want to try the format, you should join our Discord. Akiak, if you're there, maybe you can link the Discord real quick. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, but you have to kind of be in the Discord because that's where we all talk and meet to battle. Yeah. I also, until recently, I didn't have the chance to play this format because it didn't exist, right? So yeah, it's really cool that we managed to set up this format and just be able to play Gen 3 VGC. It's so much fun. All right, let's change the music. Let's do the battle sim. Some battle music. Okay. Okay, alright. Who's on ladder? And I got a nice new avatar that I just got for winning OCX. I got it as a prize from the very nice Gregarious Greg. Thank you once again for the avatar. And yeah, I wanna flex with it right now, so let's battle. And let's let other people know that I want to battle. Alright, so there's Akiak. Let's turn off this music. Okay, so Akiak has 2 sand immune mons, which is kind of neutral. So what I always like to see is if they only have 1 sand immune mon, which most of the time will be the Metagross. But like this, there's 2 sand immunes, which is like a neutral matchup. 3 sand immunes is where it starts to get dicey, and you really have to consider if it's really worth it to bring Tyranitar. So yeah, Tyranitar does, however, look very nice into this. It hits Regis, Moltres, and Zapdos for pretty good damage with the Rock Slide. So let's see. It's kind of tough to bring Zapdos because of the Regis. So I definitely want Metagross for that. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay. Alright, no protects. That's great. And we boom. Down goes the Zapdos and Metagross takes a huge chunk. And in comes my Zapdos to finish off the Metagross. So yeah, this is one way to deal with the Metagross. You either get off big damage with Swampert's Earthquake or Metagross's Earthquake or Explosion, and then you bring in the Mon to finish the job. Alright, in comes Moltres. And let's just... yeah, I mean, why not just Rock Slide, right? This Metagross may or may not be Choice Banded. I know Akiak likes running Choice Band Metagross. Okay, down goes the Metagross. Let's see what's in the back. I want to say Regice. Oh, it's Regirock. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, check out this sweet custom avatar that I got. Wait. Let me make this a bit bigger. Ah, that's too big. Can you see that? Well, anyways, it's really cute. I love it. Yeah, we just crunch the Regirock for some damage, and we T-bolt the Moltres, take it out with a Magnet T-bolt. Fortunately, the Moltres did not outspeed us, because yeah, we're not max speed Zapdos, so that's something you always have to make. You always have to keep in mind the Zapdos is not very fast, so it can easily get outsped by many things. But yeah, the important thing is just that it outspeeds Metagross. Okay, so yeah, let's just get damage off. Thunderbolt does huge damage and Crunch finishes it off. Alright, let's do this best of 3. So this was game 1. And there's game 2. Hey Sabaku, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you will enjoy this battle. So, I think we can just... Do we go for the same lead? Yeah, we're definitely leading Tyranitar. And... yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bring Swampert. There's definitely a Hidden Power Grass on that team. It's probably on Moltres. Or, yeah, could be on Zapdos. So I think we're just going with the same lead and then, yeah, the same mons as before. And of course turn on timer. Okay, there's Metagross again and there's Moltres. Let's see how much Moltres takes from this Rock Slide. Let's see, maybe Tyranitar goes down this turn, I'm not sure. This turn 1 maybe, this could be detrimental right now. I'm not sure if Moltres could take me out with like a HP Grass. Okay, there's a boom from... Okay, yeah, that is definitely Choice Band Metagross. Alright, we get some nice chip on the Zapdos, that's huge. Unfortunately, the Tyranitar just took the worst explosion it has ever taken. I've never seen it take this much damage. I was almost thinking it was a crit, but yeah, that's crazy how strong Choice Band Metagross is. I guess I'm happy to just let it go down right here. And then we can just try to Meteor Mash the Zapdos. Okay. And we bring in Zapdos. Alright. Honestly, I don't really need Tauros. Like, Metagross seems much better in this endgame. because there could be Regirock, Regice, Latios in the back, and none of them like going up against Metagross. And yeah, he didn't even target my Metagross because he was predicting a Protect, so that's perfect. So right here I'll just get off some damage. Do I just detect? No, let's just do this and this. Double edge just to get as much damage off afterwards on the Regirock. As much damage as possible. I mean, that works for me. Now I can protect with my Zapdos. Although, yeah, no, I will not do that. Oh, misclick. Anyway, we take out the Zapdos. We get off a big Thunderbolt into the Regirock. Are you going to explode? No, okay. Oh, there's the Omni Boost. There's the Omni Boost. Okay. Are you lefties? Oh yeah, you are. Whew! Okay, we got a game. Let's see how much this Meteor Mash will do. Probably not enough. Yeah, Akiak really likes gambling on these ancient powers. Yeah, I think I'm actually losing to this Regirock now because it can just EQ me, and my Metagross, yeah, it's not max attack, so there's no way I'm taking out the Regirock right here. Oh, unless I get a crit, of course, and do I hit the Meteor Mash? No, but it outspeeds me, right? Unfortunate. But that was so much damage from the double edge crit. That was crazy. Alright. Yeah, I forgot that I'm not gonna outspeed. But anyways, like, yeah, Regirock had that in the bag because it outsped my Metagross. So this is game 3. Let's get into game 3. Let's see. Do I ever bring Latios? No, I don't think so. Do I bring Tauros? Yeah, I do bring it. Alright, there's the Moltres, there's the Metagross. This Metagross is Choice Banded. This Moltres, yeah, this is not max HP or anything, so my Tauros, if he decides to explode right here, then my Tauros can just take out the Moltres afterwards. And if he does explode with his Metagross, then I don't think he has much to answer the Tyranitar anymore. Like, he really needs the Metagross to answer the Tyranitar. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, do we see a boom? Do we see a boom? No? Okay, alright. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Regirock comes in. Alright, that doesn't matter, I can take it out. Next turn with a Thunderbolt. I can Meteor Mash the Regirock. As long as this Regirock does not get like an Omni Boost, I'm not too worried about it. Let's see what happens here. But yeah, what's really bad about Choice Band Metagross in my opinion is that it's so easy to play around. If you know that it cannot protect, yeah, like this Moltres will take this huge Thunderbolt, just go down. Okay. If you cannot protect it, then Zapdos is such a huge threat to Metagross. Alright, what comes in now? Yeah, sooner or later you have to bring back in the Metagross. So, and yeah, you cannot protect with this, so what are you gonna do? Okay. I mean, yeah, my Tauros is just gonna clean this up right here. Let's see how much Tauros does to Tyranitar, just to show you how bulky Tyranitar is. Yeah, we do 52%. So as you can see, you don't even need to protect. Just one turn of Lefty's recovery is enough for the CB Tauros Earthquake to never, I think, to never 2-hit KO Tyranitar. Yeah, there we go. Wait, oh yeah, wait. Yeah, five Mons just got KO'd in one turn, that's crazy. Crazy shit. Yeah, and also the explosion KO'd my Metagross because it was a critical hit, I just realized. Otherwise this bulky Metagross would never take that much from an explosion. Yep. Alright, let's try to go for one more letter game. Alright, H-Gamer moment. This team. Go like this. Right, so this is another mode of the team. Marowak is very bulky. Anyway, I can Icy Wind. Now it's not necessary, but if they lead with like Latios, Tauros, whatever, I can Icy Wind and let my Zapdos outspeed the next turn. Let me go for a Hydro Pump. Wait. Let's go like this. Okay. Wow, this was a choice band Swampert. Yeah, that just... You basically KO'd your own Marowak. That was definitely not the play. Here I can try to Icy Wind and just T-Bolt the Zapdos. Okay, nice play. Oh, but you do take the Icy Wind. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Do you have Thunder Wave? Nope. Alright. This should be a win then. So yeah. Okay. Alright, down goes the Zapdos. Alright, let's do a best of 3. Alright, here's game 2. So yeah, I'm never bringing Tyranitar in this matchup. There are 3 Sand Immune Mons, and all of Metagross, Swampert, and Marowak threaten the T-Tar, so there's no reason I should ever bring the Sand mode in this one. Let's see if you have an answer for what I brought last time. Okay, there's the Marowak. Okay, good. Nice. Get some good damage off. This is awkward. I guess I can switch in Latios here and then... Wait. Okay, yeah, Alright, let's do this. Nice. Okay, so we outspeed Marowak, we take it out. Zapdos, why do you protect Zapdos there? I don't get it. You can just try to pick up the KO on my Zapdos. You can even like predict my switch in of Latios and go for HP Ice. I guess that was a bit careless on my part, but I mean even then HP Ice seems to not be a 2-hit KO. And here we just Icy Wind. Okay, yeah, they don't protect. And they double target into my Latios, so this is just perfect. I wonder if the Dragon Claw actually just KOs here. Let's see. Latios. There's a chance, but okay. Oh, crit. Alright. I wonder if this Latios does not have Protect. I actually think it doesn't have Protect. I can EQ to take a big chunk out of this Metagross, and I can just try to win the speed tie. Okay, they Protect. Are they gonna boom? Yes, they boom. Okay. Well, you have to get very lucky here. You would need to win the speed tie against my Tauros, crit the Tauros, and get a full para on my Zapdos in order to have a chance. So let's see. Let's finish it off classy with a drill pack. Alright, there we go. Good games. Good games, everyone. So yeah, that is the team. How much? Yeah, we've been streaming over an hour. Sabaku, yeah, sure, let's go around. Okay. If you want to do OTS, I can send you my OTS. Ah, it's enforced. Okay, good. Yeah, good. Alright. There's the open team sheet. So let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, so this is the skill swap Gengar, which is very potent to make the Metagross very hard to take out. But yeah, I really like T-Tar into this. I go like this, this, yeah, I think I like this. And let's turn on the timer for good measure. Alright, there's the... Okay, that's not Swagger Latios. And this is not Choice Band Metagross either. So this Tyranitar is gonna live this turn. And Latios is not Cherry Berry. Okay, nice Protect. Good Psychic. Okay. Try this. Okay, we eat the Psychic. There's an EQ. Doesn't even do half. we do nice damage with Crunch. I know that this Latios is very bulky. I think it's a calm Latios. So I'm not sure if I can KO it here with Latios, but I think should be a chance. That's a decent chance, 68.8%. So I'll just try that. Thankfully, they didn't set up a light screen. Okay, wait, oh no, is he booming? Wait, no, he doesn't have boom. Right. Let's see if he's gonna skill swap. Oh, nice play. Switches in the Latios. Latias. Eats the T-Bolt. Is immune to the EQ. Let's bring in Tyranitar. We take the Ice Beam like it's nothing. Neither of these has protect. Fuck. I timed out. Oh man. God, I hate this. Okay, alright, let's see. Alright, I guess that crit didn't matter. Right. Now we die to the burn, yes, okay. Well, this looks over. Alright, he doesn't reveal the fourth one. Let's see if I can claw my way back to a victory. Okay. Metagross Gengar, and my own Metagross. Oh, there's the swagger. Totally forgot that's an option. Do I live? I do live. Let's go. Let's go. That is a, oh yeah, okay, I get the crit. All right, that's lucky. Oh yeah, this is a perfect example of what I wanted to achieve with this Metagross spread. Yeah, this is just great. Let's just try to get off a mash into Latios. And then hit T-Bolt into Gengar. And yeah, we get taken out. But now we can start pressuring with the sand. Let's see how much we do. Wow, under half. Man, this Gengar is bulky as hell. However, I should be able to take out the Gengar right here with Crunch and the sand. Alright, you double target my Zapdos, nice. Oh my god, I don't take it out. Are you kidding me? Well, only one thing to do. Double detect. Ah, we don't get it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. We get frozen. Not that it matters. That's just how it goes. Okay, but in comes Latios. And I think we should have a pretty good shot of winning this. I just paralyzed the Latias. Only thing that's annoying, of course, is this light screen. Now let's see what's in the back. Moltres. Okay, I think... let's see. Moltres has HP Grass. But I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's too little too late. I don't think you will break this Tyranitar. But let's just see. Yeah. This Latias does not have Protect, so I can just definitely I'll get off these hits. Alright. Rock Slide, how much? Wow, a lot of damage on Moltres, and we get the flinch. Alright. It's looking good. So now we just Dragon Claw again and crunch the Moltres. Okay, GG. Alright, and on to game 3. Alright, game 3, the deciding game. Who's gonna win this set? Sabaku or myself? And yeah, by the way, Akiak, yes, these are Gen 1 sprites of Meowth and the trainer class that in German is called Thief. I guess in English it's the same, I'm not sure. Alright. Easy T-Wave on the Latios. And let's get some chip on the Moltres. Could have gotten a huge T-Bolt into this Metagross. Maybe I should have. I really should have. I don't know why I didn't attack there. Bad play. Yeah, I should have played this differently. Okay, let's see. Let's see where we go from here. Is it gonna T-Wave? It's just gonna Ice Beam. Okay, alright. Let's try to go for the Paraflinch on Latios, just to keep it from taking out my Zapdos. I don't need Zapdos for Moltres, I only really need it for this Metagross. That's some nice damage, even with the light screen. Alright, can we get the Paraflinch? Nice. Alright. This is how this team makes comebacks. Nice Tauros switching. Guess I could have called that. What do? We just protect here. And we switch in the Metagross. We still got some decent health on the Zapdos, which means we can still live 3 turns of sand. So yeah, let's preserve it. Because after light screen is gone, it's gonna take out the Metagross. Alright, nice return. Okay. So this Tauros definitely wants to switch out right here. Let's just try to get off a crunch in case somehow we live. Or actually, let's just try to double protect. Okay. We don't get it. Okay. Misses the Meteor Mash. Huge. And we take out the Metagross. Alright. So this big threat is gone. Back in comes the Tauros. Yeah, so as I said, this Moltres is almost max HP, meaning should be able to outspeed with my Zapdos. Okay, T-Tar does not die to this double edge. Nice. Okay, please hit the Meteor Mesh. Okay, we hit it. Nice. Alright. Latios cannot protect, which we love to see. Moltres has no good move into Metagross. I'm fine with letting Metagross go down here, and yeah, as I thought, they're gonna predict my protect. So yeah, I can take out Latios right here. And this should be it. Let's see how much we do with the T-Bolt. Alright. If you can get a double protect, I don't think Latios is gonna faint still. Oh, but it's really close. But yeah, I can still live another turn. So unless you get a triple protect. But at some point anyways my Zapdos comes in and, you know, beats you anyways. And yeah, here I win purely by how much health we have left. So even if you try to stall out all the sand, I'll be the one that survives the sand and not you. Yeah, this is not a winning strategy because as you can see my Zapdos has more than 6% more than Moltres. It can just live this turn. I literally just have to protect. Yeah, there we go. And that's a good set, good game, good set. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I hope I could show everybody that this team works really well, and you can win a tournament with it. That's all I wanted to achieve with this team. I wanted to get a big placement in another Orre Cup and then share it with the world.